Are you delusional? Are you delusional enough? Or are you just being realistic and that faith is what you got? Now, I had to put this question in the video, and this video is, of course, going to revolve around are you delusional? Because the thing about faith is that when we have circumstances that are in front of us, and as I said in my recent video, which would be 2 videos ago, so I was talking about how with these things that are presented into your life, it's almost like hard decision making. And then it's also the battle of what you want to do, what the enemy is trying to get you to do, and then God's will. So it's like this dynamic of figuring it out because we have our will, we have trying to understand what is best for us to do through the good and the bad, through the evil and the pure. Now, on the other hand, the delusion could kick in because when we're not able to discern and evaluate our circumstances clearly, we can make inappropriate, wrong decisions that's just going to lead to more consequences and setbacks. Now, another thing too is that a lot of people are saying be delusional. And when you're being delusional, it could be a good thing if it's in the sense of taking the leap of faith. So let's say post that thing, post it multiple times. Another thing that I feel like is being now really talked about is being a perfectionist is going to actually set you back. Not to say that you can't, but you just really got to be strategic. Like, I just got to say it like that because there's a time and a place oftentimes when you have a deadline and your perfectionist type of style, your perfection on getting the best of you, you might not put something out ever. And when I say ever, that might be even a year later or just ever, never, ever, right? So I say that to say those are the setbacks of like, you do have to trick yourself or you do have to tell yourself, like, I'm just going to do it. Let the delusion kick in. Let me give you another example because I really want this to be extremely clear. Another time that you could be delusional in a good way is going ahead and making that decision and it's not really something realistic for other people to do. So something like, oh, I like how he looks, he's my type. Most times, you might hear people say, oh, never approach a man, right? And I'm just giving this as a random example. So if that woman's thinking like, well, that's going to be him. Of course, we know that God has a man already set for us, vice versa. You guys out there, men out there, there's a woman already set for you. Now, don't forget, because we got free will and we have to make decisions, you could choose the wrong one over and over. You can never learn your lesson over and over. Now, let's say in that delusional state of mind, it might look like I'm going to approach, I'm going to get to know him, and if he doesn't ask for my number, if the vibe is right, I'm going to give it to him. Again, some people, especially some women out here, will say, no, why would I do that? That's chasing. That's not my point right now, all right? So let's say if she does do that and that delusion is telling her, like, who cares? I'm going to do it, and it's all about me trying to get that number because I don't want to miss this opportunity or I'm never going to see him. I'm in a different city, all sorts of stuff. So that could be a good example, even compared to something like just starting a business too. If you go ahead and say, I'm going to just put my money in it. Now, the thing is you always have to look at what is on the line and is it going to be worth risking it all? Because when it's not, those are the times that you have to like pull back for a second and place 1 2 things that is realistic to put in. So although you have delusion, it's you operating off of faith. So let's say you have to make a big decision, but if you lose this decision, let's say if you because you choose the wrong thing and you lose it all, sometimes it's also about your pride is involved, your egotistic ways is involved. If all of that is happening, what then you have to realize is placing things into your process will be helpful. So if it's going to be a friend that could be supportive and help you bounce back, if it's going to be extra finances that's put to the side because you're investing in something that if it goes wrong, you're going to lose it all in this aspect, but at least these things that are important, that are priorities are covered. So those are appropriate things. Now, I want to just make this video very short and simple to lead it on to when you really got to do something that you never done to or you're just unfamiliar with or there's such high anxiety because you don't know the outcome. Treat it as in like, I'm so excited and I love the fact that my faith is being tested. And because of that, you can remain optimistic and make that decision of whatever the end result is okay, because what I feel like is me actually doing it, having that delusional process, just taking the leap of faith, making it happen was the better reward, was the biggest reward. Yes, you could have a reward afterwards if things play out the way you like it, of course, but that does not mean that you should not enjoy and also love the fact that you even have the faith. You're even saying, forget everything, forget if all odds are against me, I'm going to still do it. Now, let's just say you go ahead and do it and things go completely left. Because you have to pat on the back, you have to reward yourself for the little things as well, and the big, of course. You can then say, at least I did it. And so just treat it as in like your faith is something to be happy and proud about. I feel like sometimes we have scarcity attached to these things that we don't need to, and what it will then do is set us back. So just go for it. So when you make those decision making, take your time, don't rush it. Think about what will work best for you, and think about what you have to place into position just to help you be in a better headspace for the process. So I will bring this topic back up, but I hope this was a good insight. Make sure you do check out the first part as well, and drop your comments down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe with your post notification on. That's it, y'all. Bye.